Hi, once again, another video for you guys. Many people I speak to do what they think is the right thing for what I believe is the wrong reason. A bit confused? Don't worry, all will be revealed. Let's go. Society has this really strange way of making people take certain actions or go in a certain direction without fully knowing why they're doing it. The classic area that this happens is debt, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. The vast majority of people, when they talk about debt, will always encourage you to clear debt. They'll brag about how they cleared debt in 6 months, a year, or whatever. Now, there's certain circumstances where I think, yes, it makes sense to try and clear the debt. However, there are times when I believe that it may not be in your best interest to try and do it. This all boils down to a person's emotional and mental relationship with money. Let me first talk about Apple. Apple, the company. Now, Apple has over $100 billion worth of debt. So let's say that again, over $100 billion worth of debt. Now, when Apple announce their quarterly or yearly earnings, they don't sit there talking about how much debt they've cleared. They don't sit there bragging about we've cleared this amount of debt. They talk about how much revenue they brought in. They focused on how much money that they are generating. There's a reason I'm telling you this, as you'll see later on in this video. When I speak to the majority of people who've defaulted on their debt, if you don't know what a default is, I have an article on my website. I put the link in the description for you to be able to read it. The majority of people I speak to about their debt are majorly concerned with finding a way to clear the debt at a reduced amount. Some are fully obsessed with clearing it. And when I ask, why do you want to clear the debt? It's defaulted, why do you want to clear it? They'll come up with reasons like, it's just stressing me out, I just want it gone. Now, the debt is not the problem. The problem is that person's state of mind, their mental relationship and emotional relationship with money and debt. That's what the problem is. The debt is not the problem. Understanding debt is so important. I always say to people like this when I speak on a call up your bank, and let's say their name is John Smith. Call up your bank and tell them John Smith is on the phone. If you ring up your bank and say John Smith is on the phone, they have no idea who you are. They will say to you, do you have an account number? And after you've given them an account number, they have to spend their time looking for your account to understand what's going on or ask you what it is you're calling about. They don't know you. You're not important to them. You're just a number. There's no personal relationship with the bank. You're there as a revenue stream for the bank. That's it. If you do not have your account number, the bank will likely say to you, go and get your account number and call back. Just so you're clear, the CEO, let's say you owe the money to Barclays. The CEO of Barclays doesn't walk in on a Monday and say, oh, by the way, has John paid his credit card bill yet? The CEO doesn't know who you are, will never know who you are, doesn't care. In fact, they don't care who you are. So when you're worrying and stressing yourself about debt, especially when it's defaulted, it's only you that's causing yourself the stress and the major concern about it. The only person in this situation who's getting bothered about the debt that has defaulted, that you're paying in token payments to every single month, is you. No one else cares about it. No one does. I promise you, you're the only one who is stressed about it. You need to get your mind correct and fully understand debt and take control of your emotions in relation to debt. Again, Apple has $100 billion worth of debt. Tim Cook, the CEO, I'm pretty sure he's not awake at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, how am I going to pay 100 billion? In fact, he will happily borrow more money because people have a different relationship and a different mindset when it comes to debt. Now, moving on, I always ask this same question when someone, for example, is paying £1 a month as a token payment towards their debt. If you don't know what a token payment is, or you need to understand how it works, again, I've written a whole article on it. The link is in the description box below. Make sure you check out my website, guys, www.therealdebtguy.com. I have so many articles, so much information for you to read, to look at, budget planners, etc., etc. So this person is paying £1 a month towards their debt, which has been defaulted, and they're stressing and panicking because they want to clear it. I always ask them this question, do you have a phone contract? And they'll say, yes, they have a phone contract. I say, how much does it cost you a month? And let's say they say about £15. I always ask them, how do you cope with paying £15 a month? Honestly, how do you cope being in a contract when you're paying £15 a month? How are you not stressing every single month or every single day? Because you're paying £1 a month towards a debt that costs you £12 a year, yet you're stressing and you're panicking and you're trying to find a way to get rid of it. No one's bothering you. No one is at your door. You have an agreement in place, but you're obsessed with trying to get rid of it or clear it. Society has taught you that having debt is the worst thing in the world. You need to get rid of it. Again, Apple has $100 billion worth of debt. But why are they not stressing? Why are they not trying to find a way to clear it? Why are they not doing that? I'm mentioning Apple. Most of the massive companies in the world have a serious amount of debt. I've never had anyone call me up saying to me, do you know what, I have a £15 per month phone bill. I need to find a way to clear off the whole contract. No one has ever, in all the years, and I'm talking about 20 years, I've been dealing with the subject of debt. No one has ever called me telling me I'm desperate to clear this phone contract. So it is not possible that the debt monthly payment is the issue. It's not possible. Imagine having a mortgage. How would a person like that cope with a mortgage? Debt has a negative stigma attached to it, and it's deliberately created. And I want to focus on getting your mindset right and your emotional relationship with debt correct. Instead of focusing on bad money, when you're paying off a debt that's defaulted or trying your best to clear it, that's defaulted, you are throwing good money to bad money. Now, if you're prepared to do that, there needs to be a specific reason that benefits you for you to do that. If it does not benefit you, then you have to ask yourself why you are doing it. For me, the only reason why you should ever focus on paying off a debt that's already been defaulted is, for example, if you want to go and buy a property. If that benefits you financially, you buying a property, you could make money on a property, etc. You have a home, whatever, that's fair enough. Reasons like these are the only reasons. It needs to benefit you financially. So when you're stressing or worrying about a debt that you're paying £1 a month to, and you're worrying about trying to clear it, sit there for a second and ask yourself, why am I doing it? How does it benefit me? How does this benefit me paying off this debt? I'm earning good money, right? And I'm deciding not to use it to invest to make me more money. I'm using it to pay into something that's already bad, that is not going to save me. Let me make it clear. The default will stay on your credit file for 6 years. Doesn't matter what you do. So again, sit there and ask yourself, what is the reason I'm doing it? Why am I not using this money for my kids or for my family, or why am I not using it to invest? Why am I giving it to a debt collector who has paid 3 to 10p in a pound for the debt? Why am I giving it to that bad area that's never going to benefit me? Do you know what the funny thing is? These debts like credit cards, the personal loans, etc., they are classed as non-priority debts. In fact, let's just say I'm talking rubbish. Call up your bank and ask your bank, or ask whoever has your debt, ask them this: is this debt priority or non-priority? They themselves will tell you it's non-priority. Don't listen to me. Call them up and ask them, is it priority or non-priority? However, you want to make it priority. Priority debts are things like water, electricity, mortgage, rent, food. All these types of things are priority debts. Unsecured debts are non-priority debts. The debt becomes priority if it goes down the legal route, i.e. it's a county court judgment. Then it becomes a priority debt. Your mental and emotional relationship with money needs to be business-like. You need to think like a global company like Apple. You need to focus on putting good money into good things. Avoid throwing good money after bad money, because it will never do you any good. Focus on investing. Focus on investing in yourself. Focus on investing in your family. Focus on generating more revenue with that money that you have. I hope the message is clear to you all and you fully understand what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything more I need to say on the subject. Make sure you go to my website, www.therealdebtguy.com. Too many articles for you to read. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, you know, the normal socials. And that's a wrap. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do the usual, like the video, share it to those who need to see the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day, everyone.